Guys. I'm going to do a quick shout out on Instagram to let people know that I am going live so that they can join me. Who have a lot to say? I have a lot to say. All right, guys. Drop me a comment and let me know what city and state you're watching from. Hey guys, I am about to go live. Actually, am live right now on YouTube. Jump on my channel. The link is in my bio. We are about to talk about this very controversial conversation, which is he flew you out. Do you now owe him sex? We're about to get into it. As you guys know, or some of you may not know, I have a group, a private group on Facebook, which is where this all started. And we have very excited conversations, my friends and I. And this post came up, and I have a lot to say about it. And normally I just go live in my Facebook group, but I want everybody to come. I don't want my YouTube community left out. I don't want my Instagram community left out. So I am having this conversation. If you guys are not on YouTube, those who are on YouTube, hey, Paige, you're already there. But if you're watching on my Instagram live feed, you can click the link in my bio that takes you to my YouTube page, and you will see the live video there. If you were subscribed, you would have already gotten the notification. Petty. But to answer your question, sir, yes, my YouTube channel is Chasing Yonci. So if you just type out Chasing, YONCI, it'll pop up, or you can click the link in my bio. Just a teaser, I'm going to leave you guys here for just a second so that you guys can get logged into YouTube, but I'm going to continue here. Like I said, if you're watching here, guys, I can see you watching. Comment your city and state. It takes a little bit. Oh, Michigan, nice. Takes a second for the comments to come through, so I'll read them as soon as I get them. Hoo-hoo! Shout out to my friends on Facebook. You guys already know how I am. I get into Mama Yancy mode when I get super hype about something. One of the things that really bugs me is the rape culture. We did a post a couple years back. I did a post a couple years back, and I was talking to people about how prevalent date rape is, and people were shocked. And I asked the ladies in the group, how many of you guys have had somebody try you? Like, you literally said no. And then they continued, and it was so, oh my God, it was horrifying how many people responded. Travis, yes, YouTube has a live. I'm learning all this stuff because I'm trying to get really educated when it comes to social media. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of Instagram, YouTube, stay put, and I'll see you guys on YouTube. All right, thank you so much. Post that here. I'm still learning, you guys. Okay, so give me just a second, and if you guys are just now tuning in, comment where you're watching from. It helps me stall while I'm posting this here. Here we go. And social media is so fun, y'all, isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna go here. He flew you out. Do you now owe the ninja sex? All right. All right. This is a heavy one. Date rape culture. This is an intense topic, but I really want men to understand what is going on here. All right. Got that done. We're good to go. All right. Thank you guys so much for staying put. Houston, Texas. I just got back from Dallas, you guys. I got to make my next trip to Houston because I keep going to Dallas. But I got to get to Houston, see what that's all about. And Atlanta, I just went to Atlanta before Dallas. So shout out. Those are my two top communities right now besides Los Angeles, which is first. And then it's Atlanta, and then Texas, Dallas. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. As I was saying before, so many people have admitted or shared their stories about how they were pressured into sex. Whether they gave in or not, there was extreme pressure. And let me open up the post so I can make sure I read it verbatim and do it justice. So somebody posted and said, 90% of men probably agree. Ladies, I have to ask, if a man buys you a plane ticket to visit him, isn't it understood that, listen, sex will be taking place? Doesn't matter how long y'all have been talking. Now, I really want to break down that verbiage. He didn't say, and this isn't hate on the guy who posted it, because I actually think he's brave to post what most men think. And he even started it by saying most men agree. He said sex is going to be taking place. Not, I would hope there's sex. I'm really hoping that it happens. He's saying it will take place. That is what is so scary, that a lot of these guys have expectations. And that's why there's so much backlash when something happens and then a person goes, well, why did you go back to his room? Or da 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 da. Now, there are two separate issues which I was attacked for on videos that I've done in the past, because for some reason people cannot separate the two. But there is wise and prudent behavior, and there is F-boy stuff. So I can practice wise behavior. I'm not going to walk around in a G-string in the middle of downtown. I'm not going to go out at night at like 3 a.m. without anybody with me. I am not going to, there's certain things I can do that don't invite unwanted attention. Okay. So that's on this side. This is what I can do. Hey, shout out to Richmond, Virginia. There's things that I can do. However, even if I don't do these things, it does not justify what's going to happen over here, which we're going to talk about. So everybody give me a thumbs up. Give me an okay. I don't even know if there's thumbs up on YouTube, but give me an okay if you're following me. These are two separate things. So we'll see if we can do better than last video. Two separate things, okay? So you can do things that are prudent and wise and have historically proven to, result you in better results. And then there are things that just shouldn't be done. So the point is that even if I dress in a scantily clad outfit and I walk around at 2 a.m, it doesn't mean I deserved to be attacked or raped, okay? Now, it's not prudent, but I don't deserve it. So here's the thing. A lot of people are commenting on this post saying, oh, come on, like you should know better. The woman should basically understand. No, like I get that happens a lot. I should have brought my water with me, because whenever I talk a lot, I get choked up. So I'm so non-passionate. Anyway, just because you know that there's a high likelihood of something happening does not condone the behavior. So I feel like that needs to be first and foremost made, that distinction made. So if it was me, I feel like there's an expectation with anything a guy does. If a guy even jumps in my DM, I feel like there's an expectation. If a guy asks me out, I feel like there's an expectation. Not of sex in that moment, but there's an expectation. If a man does anything nice for somebody else, for a woman specifically, there are usually strings attached. So now, of course, that's not a rule across the board. There are some people who are just benevolent, like my dear friend Chavez, who helped me with some running shoes. You guys saw the post, you understand the story. But he is, not the average person. Most people do have an expectation of some sort, and that's the first step in kind of building this friendship, which then hopefully turns into a relationship, and which hopefully turns into a physical thing. Good. So far we have thumbs up. So you guys get that there are two separate things here. Making sure I didn't miss anyone's city, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I got everybody's. Okay. So as Paige mentioned, she said, I asked him his expectations up front. Now, that is great. However, there are plenty of men who will say, hey, everything's going to be above board. I remember I had a friend of mine. We actually used to date in college, but because of my faith, I didn't have sex outside of marriage. And that wasn't anything that we did during the brief time we dated in college. And then after my divorce, I was reeling, and he reached out and was like, hey, I want to take you on a staycation, just get your mind off of things. And I thought, man, that's so nice of him. And I wanted it to be clear, because I'd been raised, I'm not stupid. Like my dad told me, hey, guys only want one thing, da, 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 da. And I always thought he was just being extra, but no, he wasn't. So I made it super clear beforehand. And I said, look, nothing's going to happen. He said, oh, no. Like, no, I just want to be here for you as a friend. I said, okay, I'm like packing sweats and I'm bringing movies to watch. Like, this is just two friends. And he's like, yeah, I'll even put pillows between us. Y'all, I don't have to explain what almost transpired. Charges could have been pressed. Let's just put it that way. Charges could have been pressed. It doesn't matter if you ask up front. It doesn't matter if you come in wearing full head to toe sweats. I wear the don't F me clothes, like sweats, t-shirt, not even a tank top, sweats, wasn't trying to come in cute. And I'm obviously reeling from my, the divorce from my 12 years of marriage. But LaShante was saying, yes, the dad was absolutely correct. I really, truly thought my dad was being extra when I was younger, and, wanting these conversations with guys and all this stuff to scare the crap out of him. I get it now. Here's the other thing. I don't want to lose my train of thought, because I have so many things that I want to talk about. And those of you guys who are subscribers, who have only seen my health stuff, everything that I started out with on social media was love, sex, dating, and relationships. I'm actually going to make a playlist after this. So if you guys are wondering like, whoa, this is left field, where did this come from? This is actually the main stuff that I talk about. I just wanted to specifically address the mental health aspect, but I'm going to be, as time goes on, putting more videos on my playlist that are on the space of love, sex, dating, and relationships. And shameless plug, because there is no shame, this is my channel. Check out my podcast. It is Ear Candy, the show, with my co-host, Triune. We have an entire podcast. We've been doing this for about a year and a half, and you can find information anywhere. You can see it in the description links. You can see it in my social media pages, wherever, or just ask me. I answer all the comments. But this is my passion because I feel like there's so much stuff that happens within the dating community where either party is unaware. And a lot of times we have more in common than we realize. And I want to bridge the communication gap and bring us closer together. But I also want to enlighten people about what's happening on the other side of the fence, because a lot of it's just, I'm an equal opportunity corrector. If I see some BS on the women's side, I will call it out just as fast as on the men's side. And those, I see a lot of my friends from my group in this chat. You guys can attest to me. I don't just go for the women. I go for what's right and what I think is fair. But anyway, so I want to get into this. A lot of guys will say when women, they talk about, what do you bring to the table, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of shade thrown at women, and they're saying, that doesn't count. Basically, what's between your legs doesn't count. We can get it anywhere, pretty much. Lies. We can get it anywhere. We're not pressed for it. It's not that big of a deal. You better come with something more. So that's the one argument. But on the flip side, there is, I spent money on you, therefore we should have sex. The two can't be together in the same. So if you're not hard pressed for sex, then why is it so difficult to go without sex? And shout out to my video that I posted, You've Been Bamboozled, talking about the lies that mainstream media told. I made that argument in that video that you cannot be on both sides of the fence. You cannot say it's not a big deal and then also say that you can't wait. You can also not say that you're not pressed for it, but yet you press every single woman for it. Like, pick a lane, pick a side. It doesn't go together. So I want to get into some of these comments. Y'all, I get so triggered. I get so fired up. But usually in my group, I don't brush my hair and put on lipstick. So you guys are probably not used to seeing me somewhat have it together. They get me however they get me, because when I'm fired up going through my little post, I'm like, not today. Just click on. Okay, so let's see. I mean, she can agree to expectations, but change her mind too. Now, here's the thing. You can do whatever you want, expect whatever you want, change whatever you want, as long as two adults are consenting. That's my thing. The woman could go and say, I'm not going to give you any. And the man can go and say, I'm not going to take anything. But then at some point, they come to a decision that they want to. As long as they have mutually decided, then that's no big deal. Paige, why aren't you in the group? Inbox me and let's figure out why you're not in there. So here's the thing. So let me go through these comments. Okay, this one says, and I'm being daring reading these comments live, and I haven't read this one yet. He said, I will play devil's advocate here. How many women believe that the only men worthy of sex are men who have spent some type of money on them? And if you believe that, please explain how it's different from this post. Okay, so, and that's a fair question. I don't think that women look at it in terms of money. And I know that guys are going to be like, whatever. Oh, got you. See, it's by choice. Okay. People miss you, Paige. They're asking. So I follow you on Instagram though, so I still see you. I didn't realize you were out of the group. Okay. So anyway, so here's the thing. A lot of people confuse money. There are women who are gold diggers. There are women who, totally judge a man by like what caliber of restaurant he takes her out to or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, most regular women assess a man for what time and effort he has put in. The word that comes up every single time is he consistent? Is he consistently communicating with me? Is he consistently seeing me in person? Is he being a gentleman? Is he not pressing me for sex? Those are the types of things that honestly normal average women look for. Not, okay, well, he's hit about 500. Let's open these legs. Like, that's not how most people work. They having a whole combo in the comments. Lashante says, so much BS. Me too. Yonci triggered. Yes, facts. Okay. All right. So let's get into these. Guys, if you're just tuning in, comment your city and state that you're watching from. So I can shout you guys out. Okay. Whew, there's so many comments. So my comment that I first put was, and if you guys didn't hear the original post read, I'll read it again. It says 90% of men, this is posted by a guy, 90% of men probably agree. Ladies, I have to ask, if a man buys you a plane ticket to visit him, isn't it understood that sex will be taking place no matter how long? Okay, I cannot. Hey girl, I do recognize your screen name, Lady Poetess. Hey Chaz, love, love, love. Paige says, no, it is not understood. Okay, so I said, will be taking place, or he would like it to happen. I think that that's the main issue. You can want it all you want. I can want the money in a bank. It doesn't mean that I feel like I'm entitled to it or I should be able to take it with no consequences. Like, want all you want. That's fine. Okay. So then the gentleman, I will keep these people, anonymous. He said, hold on, wait. MG says, I'll read the names on YouTube because if you're on YouTube, then you're privy to names. Okay, so I'll read the names here. MG said, hey, MG. He is one of my Garage Gang members from my podcast, It's the New Normal. So shout out to you, MG. And he's one of the first Patreons, so he has a special place in my heart. He said, did they already agree to this up front, or is this just an expectation thing? If it's a second, then no, she doesn't owe him. Yes, that is correct. It was a second. There was not a discussion made. An agreement came. Ooh, Elijah, shout out from LA. Hey, LA. Travis said, I made a post on IG asking if a man paid you $2,500 a week to be his side chick, would you go? 90% said yes. Ew. Maybe I'm weird, but if I don't like you, because I'm a sapiosexual, if I don't like you, I literally don't even want you touching my shoulder. Like, I don't even want to hold your hand. I don't even want to be on the phone with you. Like, literally, I had someone slide in my DM like 2 days ago. And I did a screenshot in my group because it was so funny. But somebody asked if he could be my sugar daddy. Like, ew. Like, ew. My ex-husband, if you guys think I'm capping for, to make myself look good, my ex-husband is comfortable, very comfortable. We were very comfortable. Let's just say I didn't look at tags when I was married. And I left. No, there's not a dollar amount high enough that is worth my peace and my comfort. Hey, don't knock the people who that's their hustle, but I personally can't. Like, my skin will crawl. I don't like it. Okay. Chaz says, no, it's a transactional relationship. Exactly. Sex should be a mutual desire on both ends, not dependent on what's done for someone. Yes. Do it because you want to from the heart. And it's super annoying for me because I am such a homebody, and especially in the quarantine, like, I just want to be at my house. I mean, hello, look at my couch. My house is so cozy and comfortable. I would love to be able to just have, somebody that I'm dating casually over to watch a movie or what have you. I cannot. Why? Because date rape is a real thing. I literally cannot have a man come over because I will be manhandled. I am not the only person. I don't know if you guys want to comment this, but comment if you or someone has someone has attempted to date rape you or, touched you without permission, because all of that stuff is all connected. Like, any touching that is not warranted is not okay. Even advancements made verbally or what have you, if the person is not asking for it and they're not condoning it, like, don't do it. And I'm big on, people not making mountains out of molehills and being very careful with the Me Too movement, because false accusations can be made and all that, and that is not okay. But for the people who really go through it, it's not cool. Like, chill, people, chill. A man should be able to go to a woman's house, watch a movie, and nothing happen without her consent. And for the rule, I feel like women should initiate because there's always so much confusion. I have a son, and please believe I darn near want him to have a notary. Like, when that time comes, like, if we could just sign on this line, I know it's not romantic, might kill the mood a little bit, but I need that crap notarized. Like, she consented at this date and time, and this person said yes. Anyway, sorry, I get super into that. But I feel like a woman should make the initiation because usually the woman is the one who's not comfortable, yet there are the rules. Oh, shout out to Riverside. Hey, that's not far from here. ¿Qué pasa, Cheveses? Nada, ¿qué estás haciendo, Cheves? I just shouted you out, by the way, a second ago. Stockton, Cali. Cali is coming through strong. That's what's up. Paige says I'm the same way. Yeah, probably about the boys. I'm assuming you're commenting. Travis says, oh, wow. David says no one should have a person over. If you're just meeting them, women can get you robbed and killed. True. It's not prudent for both men and women. I don't invite men to my home. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I started out by saying there are things that are prudent that will, are smart, and then there are things that just are illegal and shouldn't be done. But those two should not be confused when we're having this discussion. Now, when I talk about having somebody over, I don't mean like I swiped right and like, hey, you want to come by? Like I've been talking to this person, let's say theoretically, and we're hanging out or whatever. I don't always want to go out. So let's say I'm seeing a person a month. That still doesn't mean I want to smash them. So it would be nice to be able to come over and like hang out. Yes, it's wise to not go to somebody's house unless you're 100% sure. So I was talking about consent. I was talking about date rape and how prevalent it is. And I think a lot of times people think about date rape as like, regular rape, which is somebody being grabbed, hit over the head, and forced upon. Date rape, for the men who don't understand, is a man being overly aggressive, constantly giving her sexual attention when she is not reciprocating, constantly touching her when she's not asking for it, trying to pull down her pants, trying to remove her shirt, trying to unbuckle her bra, trying to touch her private parts, trying to kiss her without her wanting to. Like I had a man literally after one date try to kiss me and be all on my neck. And I was like, sir, no, sir, I don't want to kiss you. Any type of touching that is unwanted is not okay. And this is prevalent. I've talked to more women than I care to admit who have said this is the norm. It is actually a shock when a man does not try to date rape a woman. I am not being dramatic. Ask me for statistics and I will give it to you. Deshaun says if you're dating a man, you would feel like he's going to rape you if he came over. This is the shock, you guys. This is the shock. Men are always shocked. It is shocking. It is shocking. If you have not experienced something, it is shocking. Him saying that is literally how the Karens of the world respond to the cry for Black justice. And I'm not trying to shame you. I'm literally trying to help people empathize with Caucasians sometimes. When something is so far out of your norm, it's so out of your reality, the knee-jerk reaction is to be speculative, to be like, or wonder, well, what were you doing? Like, did you have your hands on the wheel? Did you lunge for your registration? Did you cuss out the officer? Did you look like a criminal? Were you driving a Cadillac? Did you have rims? Did you have a subwoofer? Like, hydraulics, not subwoofers. That's the knee-jerk reaction. But unfortunately, sir, yes, this is very common. Men do not walk around. It's not like they're walking around with like neck tattoos straight out the penitentiary, like, they're not like that. It's, let me give you an example. Sitting on the couch, they start to rub on your thigh. The woman might pull away. He puts his hand back on her thigh. He starts to rub her back. He starts to reach for her bra. It's not like he's throwing her over, jumping on him and shoving himself into her. I don't mean to be so graphic, but you guys, it's unwanted sexual advances. There was somebody in the group, we had to remove him because he was like, duh, if a woman comes over, she wants sex. So, and even if she says she doesn't, she really does. So I have to change her mind by turning her on. Y'all, we went off on that. Like people were triggered. People who have been sexual abuse victims were super traumatized. Like I don't kick people out much, but I had to kick somebody out because that's how he thought. But there were people on the post who agreed with him. And here's the thing. These are the conversations we have to have. They are super cringy. Like I'm cringing even having this conversation because this is why I don't do things on YouTube. I keep it private in my Facebook group because I don't know who's watching. I don't know the age of the kids watching. And it's, it's a lot, but these are conversations that have to happen. David Allen says, all that stuff sounds like rape. Yeah, that is a reality for a lot of women. Okay, he says, so to get back to that point, if you're dating a man, you feel like he is going to rape you if he came over. I don't understand how rape is mentioned in the same context as a consensual return of a favor. Rape is mentioned. I don't think I put rape in the same context as a consensual return of a favor. So help me understand. Okay, so Chicago saxophone. I don't know your name. The name your mother gave you. But it says people act like they can't read body language, and they act like saying what you want is so hard. Help me understand, because that can be taken two ways. Travis is saying, damn. Yeah. So, and this is the other thing. I think that because of the culture that we live in, okay, MG says, but to play devil's advocate here, based on previous conversations, you can already spot his MO up front. Well, that's why we go to this category, which is why it's prudent. We just don't do it. You just don't invite people to your home. You don't walk around late at night. You don't wear, you don't dress scantily clad if you don't want unwanted sexual attention and catcalls. So that's why I made at the beginning that really, over the top, what is the word, disclaimer, saying there are two separate things. There's prudent behavior, wise behavior to avoid certain things, and there's just stuff that shouldn't happen. So I'm now talking about stuff that shouldn't happen. To me, we shouldn't have to think, am I going to get raped if I invite a male friend over for a movie? So can she do things to avoid that situation? Sure, don't have him over. But right now I'm discussing this. This just shouldn't happen. That's sad. But that's our world. But I want men to understand that that's our world. There are young women who are not going to have gone through this situation, and they're going to think that Netflix is chilling. I literally thought I heard that term, was watching Netflix and chilling. I did not know it's a wink, wink, play on words for come over and have sex. So children, if you're watching this and somebody says, let's Netflix and chill, if you were living under a rock, as I was married for 12 years and just out of the game. That means that you're basically consenting. I say that tongue in cheek. But yeah, that's the thing. And I feel like, just side note, I feel like this culture is just so casual with sex. It's like you literally can swipe right and then that night be hooking up with somebody. It's just, I guess people don't see it as sacred, but to each his own. If you want to hear my very prudish views on that, you can watch my video Bamboozled, which is in my playlist. Okay, so the gentleman says, which I actually think you're in this chat right now. Shout out to James, who just subscribed to my channel. Thank you, James. So he says, do you honestly believe that type of gestures to gaze in each other's eyes, sip wine, dance, and cuddle? The plane ticket is an invitation to intimacy in the bedroom, aka sex, effing. I'm a man and also playing devil's advocate. Please help me understand rape culture based on what should be understood here. That's the point. Should be understood. That is the point. Should be understood. We are adults. We should open our mouths and communicate. We should talk about sex. Forget whatever. As a mother of a boy, I want him to have that conversation. I want it to be crystal clear. I don't want there to be any awkwardness, and I certainly don't want lawsuits. Make it crystal clear for your own safety. Like, make it clear. Even if you have to secretly tape audio and like just to cover your base. Do you want to have sex when you're here? If the mood is right, do you want to have sex? Like, if I was a guy, I would do that. As a woman, I do that. I literally say, hey, I'm going to be such and such, or hey, if we end up going to watch a movie or whatever, like, hey, just so you know, I'm not going to be having sex with you. I have done it to the point where it's killed the mood before people were like, I wasn't going to try. BS. But I'm going to say it. I'm always going to cover my tracks and have the person understand, hey, if I go to dinner with you, this does not mean that I am going to sleep with you. And I don't care if it offends a man, because I've had so many experiences where the person thinks just like this person. Well, I spent X amount of money, therefore that's what's happening. Or we're feeling each other. The chemistry is awesome. Therefore, I can think you're cute. I can actually want to kiss you and I can want to cuddle. That doesn't mean I want to have sex with you at that moment. Catalea said, I had to roll in like, hey girl, that's my boo right there. Okay. Travis says, I be trying Netflix and chill too. Women these days, though. So you're saying you try to actually watch Netflix? Because Netflix has some good stuff. I will never forget. See, I have to be careful to censor myself because my kids could see this video or what have you, and there's certain things I'll just never speak on. But you know, I was naive. Let's just say I was naive. I was super, super, super naive. And I learned that day. Okay, let's see. Chavez says we men are to blame because we don't raise our sons to be respectful and respectable. Oh, to be respectful and we don't raise our sons to be respectable and respectful of women, and we don't prepare our daughters for the world as we know it to be. Paige says the mood is always right for men. Exactly. Paige is agreeing with Chavez. Chicago Saxophone says, say what you want. People, I don't know what you're saying. People make things more complicated. I think men be reaching date on your level. I don't understand. I don't want to assume. Okay. See? Katalea said, I've been in this situation and now I don't get flued out. LOL, F that. Girl, am I lying? Ladies, please, ladies, am I lying? Am I lying? Am I exaggerating? Am I being over the top? And this is the part that kills me when we have this conversation, especially in the group. The men are so quick to be like, I ain't pressed for you know what. I'm not thirsty like that. Like, I don't have to push up on a woman because we always keep saying that, okay, what does a woman bring to the table? It's good loving. That's what a lot of women are saying. Men are paying the bills. Well, what are we getting in return? The good loving. And then they go, well, it's mutual. You enjoy it too. It's not a big deal. If it wasn't a big deal and if it was a mutual thing, which women do like sex, nobody is saying that. But women are not pressed the way that men are. Women usually want to have an emotional attachment and feel a connection and feel like there's consistency and there's security in the relationship before they want to go there. So yes, both parties want it, but a man could literally see a woman walk in an alley, have his way with her and leave and never see her again. A woman, most women are not cool with that. They want to feel like they have more value than just their body. Christian says, you're not lying or exaggerating. So sad. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, like I said, I don't know how many women want to like put it out there, but I'm telling you, if you guys could see the polls and things that I've taken, this is a common thing. All right, let me start to wrap this up. Let me get into some of these comments that just sent me and made me have to come on here. This guy says, posts like this give us a better perspective of why women are so naive to think that there won't be any expectation of a favor in return. And I think the comment was made here. Yes, to clarify, a flight from a man is a favor. If he thinks he's going to receive sex in return, how does that equate to rape culture? So him expecting something is not rape culture. Well, him thinking that he's entitled to it is part of the mindset of rape culture. You feel owed, which is why you do it. Like, you wouldn't just walk up. Okay, date rape is different from regular rape because a regular rapist could just see somebody coming out of the grocery store, shove them into a van and rape them. Date rape culture is where you feel like I have done certain things, therefore I am owed sex. Period. Point blank. That's the clearest way I can describe it. I don't care if you bought me a house, bought me a car, bought me cosmetic surgery, paid for food for a lifetime. You're not owed sex. You're not owed sex. Just like a man doesn't owe you any money. Literally, like, nobody is owed. Everybody should be in a relationship consensually. So if I'm with a guy and he never foots the bill and I choose to be with him, he doesn't owe me anything. I might want that. I might leave, but he doesn't owe me anything. Like, you leave your wallet out, but because we had sex last night, I feel like I can go through your wallet and take the money? Like, what? This logic is just flawed, you guys. I'm sorry for rocking my camera around. I'm so mad. Okay. She said a lot of men will lie about their intentions. Yes. So, and then they wonder why women think that all guys are liars and dogs, because every single guy before him who's claiming to not be one of those guys has lied. No, girl, I don't want anything. Like the story I told earlier. Oh, the pillows in between us. Yeah, just wear sweats. I just want you to decompress. Okay. Expectations are the root of all disappointment. Thank you. Thank you, Paige. Okay, so yeah, so that's the whole thing. So Oh my God. Okay. So this is the other thing I want to say. Because I want to remember like 3 points, and this is the third point I did not want to not say. Men get offended when women look at them as wallets, right? It's like you just see a wallet walking by and they're like that. I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. I know that that's the case. I know that there are a lot of women. I've heard them myself. Girl, he makes money. Get your bag, whatever. Not my ministry. That's not how I get down. Men don't like feeling like a wallet. They don't like feeling like they're this one-dimensional thing, like they're a resource. They want to feel like I have a personality and I have feelings and da 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 da. Don't just use me for dinner, right? So I did this post before and I said, men, you are not your wallets. Women, you are not your vaginas or your bodies. This is the reason why women feel like they are just a body. Because for a person to say, I am owed something because I flew you out, what you're owed is her time and her energy. And if you're watching this and you're rolling your eyes, you are part of the problem. Because a woman's time is precious and it's valuable. And that is what my father taught me. He said that a man will be more than happy, a real man will be more than happy to have a beautiful woman on his arm, let alone a woman who can carry herself with poise and grace and dress and carry herself or have a great conversation. There is a reason why people pay thousands of dollars for escorts. I'm not talking about a prostitute, an escort. People will pay to have a beautiful woman on their arm if they're going to certain events, they have certain meetings, they want to impress people. Real men understand the value of a woman, and it is not all found between her legs, if I could just be so blunt. This is why women feel like they are no more than a vagina. This is why women don't want to have sex, even though they might be super turned on the first date, because they want to feel like they are wanted for more than that. So if you're flying somebody out and you don't get sex, but you had an entire weekend of her with you, probably kissing you, hugging you, having dinner with you, hanging out, having laughs, having a good time, and you say, that was a wash, then what you're looking for is a prostitute. You're not looking for a relationship, and you're not looking for the company of a woman. Like, come on, people. Chicago Saxophone says we need a social skills class in all schools. Our young ladies on WAP and the young men on lean. They can barely hold a conversation and are entitled. MG says our society is so engineered that we lost value on both ends. We are taught to think about a certain way about women, and women are taught to see us in a certain light. 1,000%. 1,000%. And one of the things that I will say, not to pop my collar, but is that when I date, I understand how much dates cost. So I had a shocking reality because I was a princess. My daddy totally spoiled me. I'm sorry, took care of me. And my ex-husband totally took care of me. And so when I chose to get a divorce, I was shocked at the cost of living. I remember the first time I took my 2 children out to dinner, and it wasn't like we went to some 5-star restaurant, you know. We just went to like a normal restaurant, and I saw the bill and I was passed out because I admit I was one of those people who just didn't look at prices. And so I was shocked. So I started doing the math and I was like, whoa, okay, if I did just one day, if I was a guy, if I did one day each weekend, there's 4 weekends a month, spending about like 200, okay, 250, 500. That's $1,000 a month. $1,000. And some places in the Midwest are like $1,000 a month for rent. California, forget it. That's like parking garage for that much. But $1,000 in some states is like someone's rent or somebody's mortgage. So I was like, whoa, that's expensive. And then I'm already stressed out about the fact that if I go on a date, I get all cute, waste an outfit, waste the pretty, waste my time, and I'm bent out of shape. My God, what if I did all that and I was out $1,000 a month? So I really started sympathizing, and I started listening to the guys in the group and hearing what you guys had to say. And I really do. Like I said, I'm even on both sides. At least I try to be objective. And that's one of the things I really think sucks with women. Like they don't understand the sting of pain. And here's the thing that I'm going to say for you guys, because I'm not you guys on the men. This is what I will say. There are a lot of guys who are okay with pain. What they can't handle and what stings is the lack of gratitude. That's the part that stings. Same thing with me. Like, let's just say I hold open the door for somebody and they just walk through like, or if somebody's trying to get over and get in my lane and I purposely back off and give them space. I didn't mind doing it, but now I feel a way when they don't even give me the, in the rearview mirror. You know, it's like there's just a little something about that nod, that little thank you. And so I think that women really, we do need to work on showing men more respect, showing, and gratitude for what they do. Now, not saying the pendulum swings the other way and you feel like you owe him something, but what you do owe him is kindness, thankfulness. Be feminine, be sweet, be gracious, and especially if you don't like him, be very kind because he doesn't get a refund. Be very kind to him. Thank you so much for your time. And you can politely let him down later, or if you want to tell him right then and there. But there's no need to be nasty. There's no need to be rude. There's no need to shame him on social media if he's been a gentleman. I think that women miss the fact that men have feelings. And honestly, I saw men very like one-dimensionally for a long time. I really bought into the whole culture description of them, like the toxic masculinity that's portrayed, which is like, they just have emotions that are anger and pride. I really didn't realize that guys get nervous and shy and they're scared to ask women out. Because I used to say, like, I don't get it. I would take it personally. Why aren't guys calling me? Or why aren't they doing this? Or why are they taking so long to ask me out? And my guy friends were like, bruh, they're nervous. They don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't want to mess up. They don't want to get rejected. I didn't know that. So we as women, we need to be sensitive. She said, I used to think certain men didn't have feelings. I did. I just thought they had a very limited spectrum. I thought that all the feels belonged to women. All right, guys, do you have time for any more comments? You guys are sticking around. I'm pretty impressed. Okay. She says there doesn't need to be a class for women. We all know too well how grimy dudes can be. There needs to be a class for men who think that all women have a price tag hanging from their arses. Okay. Doesn't even have to be dating him. Unfortunately, good guys aren't as prevalent as they should be, and we end up going back and forth over things like this. If my daughter asked me what I should do, my answer would be to have him fly this way and save Miami for when you're more acquainted, because there ain't gonna be no effing going on. And here's the other thing I wanted to say. Guys, the good guys, okay? Don't take things personally. Don't be discouraged. If every single time somebody walked on ice, they fell and busted their head open, would you really be mad at them for hesitating before walking on ice again? That's what it's like for women. And it's so annoying when a woman says, hey, I'd rather not meet at the house. She doesn't have to say it because I've had bad experiences, whatever. She might leave that. Don't be that guy that gets offended. Oh my God, I didn't try anything. I'm not that pressed for. Just leave it alone. Just, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Don't tell her how not pressed you are. Show her how not pressed you are. It's such a turnoff when a guy tries to pressure you, ironically, because you're saying other people have pressured me. Like, that's the time to not pressure. Hey, Liz. She said they'll be all right. Paige is saying right. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Let me see a couple more comments. Y'all are still here. I'm gonna keep reading comments. The communication should definitely be there. In some cases, it's not. So as a woman, knowing that a man might want sex, not saying he's going to force it, she should be ready to move accordingly without any surprises. She definitely does not want sex. She should decline the offer. She should also say, I'm not sure if I would want to stay with you. Could I get a hotel while I'm out there? I think that's very admirable. And when guys do that, that's amazing. I had a guy say one time, I'll fly you and your friend out if you want, so you can feel comfortable. I thought that was very sweet. Or buy her own ticket and make sure she had money for when she arrives in case things go wrong. For my daughter, when she gets of age, I want to make sure she knows that men want to have sex. No man will fly you out if he has had no thoughts of having sex. His feelings will not be hurt if you decline his gesture. LOL. Oh, thank you so much. Kelly, are you saying I should post it in Facebook? Oh, y'all out here retracting messages. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Taking your comments back. Okay, love, I will do that. You guys stay put. You guys are so sweet. This is super informal, which is how it is in my group. Super informal. I went on live on IG and I should have done it here on Facebook. Okay, so if a man flies you out, do you owe him the draws? I'm just funny. Chatting live on my, not oh my, on my YouTube. Come on, Apple YouTube channel. Okay, so here we go. Y'all get to see the behind the scenes here. Hey guys, hey friends. I am over here on YouTube right now and we're live. We're live. My awesome girl Kelly, I'm actually going to shout you out right now. She is a YouTube sensation. Her channel is Pretty Kelly if you guys want to tap in. But she suggested that I come on here and let you guys know you have missed out on now 45 minutes of some juicy tidbits of information. We're talking about whether or not a woman is obligated to give up the draws if she is flued out by a Negro. All races of mine. But it's more fun to say Negro. Anyway, so let us know, not let us know, jump into YouTube, and I will do my best to post the link. I think it's still in my browser. But I'll post the link. Just go on my channel. You can see it. And y'all, they are representing here on YouTube. YouTube is seeing what I get to have every single day with you guys. You guys are my family. So show out, show up. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so did that. You guys still stuck in there. You guys are freaking amazing. He said I had to correct it. I was just talking crap, dude. Okay. Did I just hit post? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. I thought I hit delete. So I'm gonna post the link here. Sorry guys. This is real life of going live. You just it's not letting me paste here. Link in comments. Y'all are some right guys. Link in comments. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna post. It's really not letting me. Okay, so they can figure it out. Anyway, guys, okay. Okay, no, it's gonna bug me. Let me just grab this link really quick. I am curious, do women fly themselves out? Not saying they should, but I've never heard that. Ladies, can you guys answer that question? Okay, I just did it. Have you ever flown yourself out? I can say that I've never flown myself out for a date. Normally, I think, and actually, there's somebody who's watching this who I know recently did a had a trans state date. So I will let that person answer that. I won't bust them out. Paige says, I certainly will not. She said, at first she said yes, but I thought you were saying yes to that. I was like, really, Colin? That doesn't seem like your brand. She said, I certainly will not. He said, why not? Here's the thing. Usually, supply and demand. Usually men are more pressed for that type of thing. And that's the reason why, because they're trying to have sex. So a lot of times a man will just pay. So if a man is willing to pay, traditionally, most women are not going to stoop. Okay. And here's the thing. It's just inbred, it's ingrained in us. It's ingrained in us from our daddies, it's ingrained in us from culture. And we have people who are constantly showing that we are worth it in their eyes. And so why would you go out and pay for something that you're like in culture mostly? I had to whisper that because it's offensive to a lot of people. When I say people, I mean men. But there are still a lot of men who think that we're the prize. Okay, so anyway, he said, why not? And Kelly says, I was in LA. He was in San Francisco. I went out for the day for dinner and I had business out there. So I killed two birds with one stone. Okay, so maybe I am getting your two responses incorrect. But if you were already out there, then technically you're out there for business. Paige says, men paying is an investment. I pay in other ways. Hey, Jessica. Hey, girl. Thank you for sliding on over to YouTube. Oh, love it. Okay, Red Pillow says, hey, everyone, new to this channel, loving the content. I'm super excited. Now, I got to do a shout out to my coach, okay? I'm going to have him remain nameless right now because we're going to do a full-on campaign and push. But this guy stays in my DMs, stays in my phone, and he's like the little fairy godmother. I shouldn't say that. It sounds like condescending. He's like the is it Geppetto? Who's the guy? Jimmy Cricket. He's like my little conscience. Okay, there we go. Name a male character. He is always on me. So I'm always going live on Facebook and he'll be like, girl, why aren't you on YouTube? Because here's the thing. If I really want to get this channel going, they don't take me seriously. You know, the YouTube community behind the scenes doesn't take me seriously until I have 1,000 subscribers and I have 40,000 4,000 watch hours. I don't care. I'll tell you guys the behind the scenes. So he's always like, girl, you be going on there having these like hour-long conversations and we be getting into it. and I just stay on Facebook. And I don't go to YouTube because Facebook is like my little comfort zone, and I don't know what strangers are walking in. It's like having a party and you just leave your front door open. So you guys, this is out of my comfort zone. Coming to YouTube. So shout out to you, dear friend, who is coming in here for the first time. But this is what we've been doing for the last 6 years. We have so much fun, and we talk about all this stuff, and it has been an eye opener for me. And to give you a little backstory, the reason this all happened was by accident. And funny thing is, I actually ran into this original guy on a dating app recently. But I went on a date and it was so crazy what happened. I was like, mind blown. So I was like, on my way home, I'm like, oh, I'm livid and I'm confused and I'm livid because I feel like he was like gaslighting me, and I was like questioning myself. So I was like, I have to get feedback from strangers who are not going to lie to me. And I jump on my first Facebook Live, have this like fully animated emotional conversation, and everybody's giving their thoughts and their opinions, and it's like kind of 50-50 going back and forth. And I felt like I got closure, and I was like, okay. And then someone comments, when are we doing that again? I was like, that wasn't a thing. Like, that was real life. I just wanted your feedback. And Yonci and Friends came about. So 6 years later, we have these conversations. And I think a lot of times there are questions that you can't ask your significant other. There are things that men want to know and women want to know. And it's kind of like being a fly on the wall, like in a locker room somewhere, and really getting the tea. So I have thought about, she said, that's not true, girl. Girl, we need to talk. By the way, shout out to her, because back when I barely had anybody following me, she did a whole interview with me and gave me some really good tips. Seriously, text me, girl, if you're willing to, like, because I need a refresher course on the stuff that you were saying. She told me years ago to go on YouTube, but I was scared. I was scared back then. I wasn't ready, but now I'm ready. So I'm a month in, and shout out to you. She's awesome. She's one of those rare people who will just give out of her heart. She's so passionate. She wears her heart on her sleeve. I don't care what she says, she does. And she like bleeds for you. Like, she will get mad at you if you don't go be great. She's not getting coins off of it. She's just mad off principle that you should be great and you're not being great. So shout out to you, girl. I have nothing but good things to say. I have so much respect for you. You are a freaking boss. This girl is a freaking boss. Watch her YouTube channel if you guys want to see what I'm talking about. Anyway, that was such a side note, but it was needed. But that's how my group came about. And I'm seriously considering making a Facebook group for this channel, because I still want to keep my my group private, because that's what makes it fun, is it's this little intimate group of friends. And I literally travel, and I go out city to city and meet up with people. Shout out to Dallas. I just went, and Atlanta, and then before that I went to Dallas again. But I've met people all across the United States, and we've had a lot of fun. And so I wouldn't feel safe traveling if it was just like open to the world, and my group was. So I might do a little community for Facebook for my YouTube family, and then have these type of conversations, because it's really interesting. And we can even get into topics like racism and things like that. The difference with my group that I think sets it apart from all the other groups is what I consistently get as far as feedback is, I police the crap out of it. I police it to the point where people have called me a dictator. They've accused me of saying, like, I don't believe in freedom of speech, and I have everyone else to agree with me, but that's not true. The point is that you have to be respectful. Nobody can come in and drop bombs and walk away. You drop a bomb, you're getting kicked out. I want it to be a safe space, and I work super, super hard to make sure that people don't cuss each other out. They're not condescending. They're not rude. And it's just is what it is. Thank you, Alan. So getting back into these comments, MG says, it all depends on the situation. It all depends. I speak so fast. Sorry, guys. It all depends on the situation, though. How invested are you in this, and how much do you believe in the situation? Have you been communicating for a while, or is it just a DM to fly out thing? The first option will lead to a different expectation and situations than the second one. Okay, so, all right, let's see if there are any other juicy ones before we go. If you guys are just tuning in and you haven't dropped your city and state, drop your city and state and let me know where you guys are watching from. I love seeing it. In my group, I can look at the map, and it shows where everybody is. And there are like some people in random countries that I didn't even know were on there. Sorry, Kelly, I just saw your comment. Y'all making the vein pop out of my head, but I laughed so hard, y'all. She said, I can't, Kelly, I'm sorry I said your name. Woo! Now, let me tell you, Kelly is a sweetheart, but Kelly will come for you. Kelly will get you all the way together. If you see the sky grow dark, it's the shade that she's about to throw. If you throw that pebble, she would come back with her grenade. Oh my God, you got me crying my mascara off. Okay, she said, I can't even read it. Whew. Okay, I should just hold it up so you guys can read the comment. She said to all the fellows that agree, she said, any time growing up you heard Mama say I'm going out of town, you must agree. Oh my God, Kelly. Hey, it just got really real. Whew. And then this was the response that happened. That was my actual reaction right here. Okay. Oh my God, I love a GIF. I love a GIF. Oh my God. LMA. Wow. I can't stop crying. Woo! Think about sad things. Think about sad things. Get it together. Whew. Speaking of sad things, shout out to everybody in the group who prayed for my grandma yesterday. She's doing a lot better. She's recovering. She's still hospitalized, but it's looking good. Oh my God. See, that helped sober me up. I was like, think of something sad. That is sad. My grandma being in the hospital. Okay. Somebody else said, and if their father was a deadbeat, then perhaps they were a fly out baby. He said, "Ooh, I've said too much." She said, "Not the flued out kids." Rolling on the floor laughing. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I've showed too much. Women will go straight to what hurt the most with the comebacks. Man, David, don't piss off a woman because she will reach she will reach in. Oh my God, I can't even read the next comments. Okay. Someone says brings a whole new meaning to catch flights, not feelings. If a woman buys my ticket, he said I'm putting out, that's a great thing to ask, guys. Would you be okay with a woman just taking it from you if she flew you out? Oh my God, you guys, you're making me cry. Woo! Someone else says, how about everyone just pay for their own ish so there are no expectations? What say you, ladies? The woman responded to that can happen. And then he says, she paid for her own stuff. She still owes me some, you know what? Oh my God, can't win. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't. Okay, he's saying you're letting a small majority of dusty majority. Most men don't think women owe us anything. That's my reaction to that. Paige said he better put out if I fly him out. Yeah. Oh my God, Kelly must have laughed because there is no way she saw that and did not comment. Oh my God. Okay, but yeah, you guys all swear that like we're talking about the small percentages. Ladies, please, if you're watching, like I keep asking, comment and tell the men if I'm lying. Tell the men if I'm lying. Older women, younger women, tall, skinny, dark, light. We all have the same experiences. We can't all be dealing with the small minority of men. Like this is real life. Most men feel entitled. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then, okay, so this is what started the whole video about sex, my video that I keep shamelessly plugging, which I entitled You've Been Bamboozled. I did a post because guys kept saying, I'm not thirsty for sex. I'm not thirsty for sex. Women, what are you bringing more to what more are you bringing to the table than your vagina? Okay. So I did a post and I said, if the woman of your dreams, and sorry guys, if you've heard this already, or you've watched the video, if you have watched the video, thank you. But I said, if the woman of your dreams, so close your eyes, picture her. She's got the shape you want. She's got the hair you want. She's got the complexion that you want. She's got the eyes you want, the lips you want, the personality that you want, everything, the proximity to you, whatever your little requests are, she has everything. If you want her to have kids, she has kids. If you don't want her to have kids, she is the woman of your dreams. This is what I said. And that woman says, I'm not ready yet to have sex. Not I am practicing celibacy for life, but I'm not ready for sex yet. And I said, how long would you wait? Do you know there were men who said as short as 30 days? That was the shortest answer. 30 days. The woman of your freaking dreams. Looks, attitude, personality, everything. You're walking away in 4 weeks because she didn't give you sex. If that doesn't give you insight into the majority of men's minds, and a lot of men responded, and a lot of men were like, yeah, I'll just go get it somewhere else, and da 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 da. Y'all, are we slaves to sex? Y'all, I got into it. I got in my feelings in that video. Kelly, did you hear what I saw your comment right now? I don't know if you were on there, but girl, you made me cry and now my nose is running and out of control. Oh my God. Paige says a guy I was talking about flying me out to a guy I was talking about flying her out to Ibiza. I'm like, cool. Then he says you shouldn't go with a man you aren't romantically interested in. I'm like, cancel it then. Yeah, I had somebody recently invite me out, and crazy thing, God, see, this is why I don't like YouTube because then there's a chance the person could see it. But they are a recently retired, like within the last 12 months, recently retired professional Major League Baseball player. And they are claiming, oh my God, okay, so you have to go back and watch it because I saw your comment about y'all must have been triggered when your mommy got flown out. Girl, I lost it. I literally had to like stop the video. I'm still trying to get it together. And I didn't mean to say your name, but I did. And yeah, it's a whole thing. So you gotta go back and watch it. Girl died. Speaking of, y'all, I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Let me lean off the camera. Oh my God, I can't with that girl. Okay. So anyway, this man, like you can Google how much he's worth. And mind you, we live like 40 minutes apart and he's never even taken me out. It's been 5 years and he just somehow hasn't managed to like ask me out. But he was talking about me coming visiting him where he's training right now because he's training other players. So I said something to kind of like gauge the situation. And I was like, okay, I'll watch my mailbox for that ticket. And he was like, oh no, I don't have it like that. So if you're watching, buddy, I'm sorry. But that's just weird to me. That's weird. I mean, not even a Spirit Airlines offer. um, yeah. Anyway, okay. Anthony says, until a woman can produce testosterone, she will never understand how important sex is to a man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm hearting that comment right now live. I'm so glad you said that. This is my point. Pick a lane. Not you specifically, Anthony, but men. Pick a lane. Either say I am driven by sex and sex is a big part of my life and own it. It's okay. We don't judge you. We just navigate accordingly. I have a son. I know how to navigate. That's one lane. Okay. That's the carpool lane. You're in it. You can't get out. You hit the little bumps if you leave. That is that lane. Then there's this lane. Yes, Paige, the chickens are dirt cheap now. If I was on unemployment and I was still able to fly, that's yeah. Okay. But here's the other lane. So you guys are all in that lane. You're secured in there. You can't get out for at least 3 miles. Okay. This other lane is I'm not pressed for sex. Sex isn't a big deal. Women want it just as much as men. That's my issue. You can't be dipping in and out of the lanes. Like you're either in this lane or you're in this lane, but you can't dip in both. So men can't blame things on testosterone. Like, you know how it is. I don't want blue balls, whatever you guys say. God, I hope there's no kids watching this. And then dip into like, oh, it's no big deal, blase. Why should I fly her out? Or whatever. Pick a lane, right? Pick a lane. And if you guys are joining in, I know I keep saying this, but new people, drop your city and state so I can shout you out. Thank you for watching. A man buying anything for a woman with the expectation of sex is trash. What's wrong with some dudes? I just don't get it. If it's that serious, go on Snapchat. There are enough girls peddling WAP for $1 an hour. Act now and they'll throw in free STDs. Just pay shipping and handling. Y'all see why I love my people? Oh my God, my people are funny. Y'all are hilarious. That's a new person too. Stick around, fella, because you're funny. This other person, I keep trying to say their name. The other person says, I'm not flying out to see anyone I'm not planning on having sex with when I get there. Simple as that. I don't want to have sex with you. I won't be visiting. You can't pick a lane. LOL. It's not a big deal until it's that woman. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do tell us what you mean, Mr. Allen. The question is understandable that sex is happening. Oh, the question is it understood that sex is happening? I think you can answer yes to that without it being rapey or toxic. No, you can't. Yes, sex is understood and likely already discussed. Both parties will have a right to change their mind once they get there. No, it would be understood if you had a conversation. It is not understood because she accepted your invitation. That's what makes it date rapey. Someone else said, I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here for the train wreck. You can expect it if you want. She said, I move off of energy, and if your energy is funky when we get there, when we're in each other's presence, my vagina turns into the Sahara Desert. I am not going to be able to do it. Nope. Okay, Andre, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello. Let us know what city and state you're watching from. I know that is not. Wait, no, that's not. I was gonna say no. I don't recognize you from the group. Um, see, and that's the mentality. MG. He says, "What type of men are you guys dealing with? Damn, it must be a '90s baby thing." That's what all people say. That's like I said earlier. That's like the white people's response, the non people of color's response to the people of color's plight. Like, what are you doing? You must be doing criminal activity. What are you doing to keep getting pulled over? Like, nope, just have to be black. These men are not like hoodlums. These are bankers, lawyers, doctors, collegiate, college graduates. These are well-spoken, articulate men. Like they're all the same. I mean, hello, look at freaking the president of the United States, Clinton. He was getting down. You think he used logic when he got down in the White House, like in the Oval Office? No, no man is like outside of there's not like this. Oh, you ladies just keep picking the weirdos. This is literally just any guy. Ooh, Melbourne, Australia. I'm so tempted to do my Australian accent, but I won't out of respect to you, for you, but just so badly. I love doing accents. Um, Someone else said, LOL, these topics, shaking my head, can't win with these, bruh. Majority won't keep it 100 in form like this. What does that mean? Keep it 100. Like the guys won't admit to being date rapey? Too many guys trolling for female likes and too many women not wanting to admit that they go out like that. Here is the thing. And this is where I wonder if it's semantics. A woman being willing to having sex is a totally different question. That was not the question posed. The question posed should have said, ladies, if you fly out, are you expecting to have sex with a man? That's not what it was posed. The question posed was, men, do you expect that you're going to get it? There are plenty of women who have admitted right here that, yeah, like if they fly out, they're expecting to have sex. That's not what's being said. So you got to read carefully, people. Read. Ultimately, there's way too much emphasis being placed on sex to begin with, in my humble opinion. And there you go. That's the consensus. Oh, too much emphasis being placed on it. It's emphasis because it's put out there all the time by men. I wouldn't say yes to be flown out if I didn't plan on getting some. See, they're perfect. The very next comment. So men who don't agree with the expectations are pandering. Damn, that's wild. A girl says. Yep, I'm telling you. So I mean, I just read some of the juicy ones. This has been fun. You guys, we have been out here for an hour and 7 minutes. That is wild. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Alan says, oh, the testosterone kicks in when a woman shows up. But I'm not saying date rape or pressuring is right. I can sit next to a woman as cool as a fan, but in my head, I'm a perv. And most women are pervs too. We just control ourselves. Um, hey, Mr. Turner Fitness. Let me know your first name. I want to say Doug. I don't want to guess incorrectly. But shout out to you. You are always so sweet. I just commented this earlier. You are always so sweet. You're always supportive. You always watch my videos and comment, and I really appreciate that. Oh, it is Doug. Okay, cool. Sometimes I have like a photographic memory when it comes to names. Like if it's on a name tag or it's written on somebody's post. Like I have almost 3,000 people in the group, and I will recognize when a name is new. It's just weird. But if you tell me verbally your name, I will not remember it. Um, Andre says, so what are we talking about? So I don't know if you saw the caption, but it was, if a man flies you out, are you obligated to give him sex? So that's what we've been talking about for the last hour and 8 minutes. MG says, so how do you even enjoy this dating thing? I would tap out on dating, dealing with this on a regular basis. I adore you for that comment. I adore you for that comment. Now you get it. Does this put in perspective, guys, why a lot of women are bitter and jaded? Now, we're just talking and laughing about, can I ask a question? Of course, darling. Now, will I answer it? That's optional, but feel free to ask away. But you guys, real talk, I want to close on a serious note. We're joking about this, and you asked a very serious question about, man, would a woman want to tap out? I cannot tell you how many women have been actually raped. Not date rape, like they didn't even know the guy and flirted with it. They just didn't know him. So there's that. Then you have the women who were molested as a child, and condolences to the men who are too, because that's a huge thing that doesn't get talked about. A lot of men are recipients of predators. but they're told to shut up and enjoy it, and you just got your manhood and you're so lucky. So that's a whole nother sick conversation. So I'm not diminishing that in any way, but I just want you guys to hear this point. A lot of women have been molested. A lot of women have been raped by strangers, molested by people they know, raped by strangers, date raped by men that they were feeling vulnerable with and comfortable feeling vulnerable with because they were dating with. And then they try to keep it together. They try to stay composed. They try not to turn into a bitter woman. They try not to act like a bitch. And they do all these things to protect themselves. They put up guards, which they feel is prudence. They feel like they're being wise. They're doing the things that the people who accuse the victims are doing. They don't dress scantily. They don't go out certain times of night. Some people don't even drink alcohol or accept drinks from a stranger. They don't accept flights. And guess what they're called? Prudish, bitche. They're considered, closed off, guarded. It's a lose-lose situation for a lot of women. And like I said, with my group, I really, 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 as much as we bicker, men suck, women suck, that happens a lot. But at the end of the day, people are hurt. At the end of the day, they want love. At the end of the day, they want to be vulnerable and be with somebody that they can trust. And can you understand men, just for a moment, can you empathize with the woman who has been through all of this? And she just desperately wants a man to see her for her. See her for who she is inside, what she brings to the table. And she wants him to see her. She wants him to see her worth. And she wants to give him sex, but that's the icing on the cake. That's the cherry on the top. She doesn't want to be some cheeks that's referred to in a group conversation. She wants to be seen as a soul who has hopes and dreams and goals and love and history and hurt. We want to all be seen. So just like you don't want a woman to look at you and go, cha-ching, this guy's makes 6 figures or more, which is not that much, by the way, in the cost of living. But you don't want to be seen as a wallet. You don't want to be seen as a guy who just is called when she wants a free meal. It's the same thing for women. You don't want to be seen as a little place to be inserted into. You want to be seen as a whole freaking person. Can I get some hallelujahs if you agree with me? Oh, Kelly says this woman gets it. Yes, you do, girl. I'm sure you do. David says, I know a lot of women who had something happen to them by strangers and someone they were in a relationship with. It was shocking to me. And the same with men. The majority, I don't want to say majority. There were tons of comments because I don't know if people didn't comment to say it didn't happen, but I did a post asking how many men were molested by an older woman or a woman in their life when they were, underage, and a ton came forward, which takes bravery to do in a group of quasi strangers. But a ton. It's happening a ton. So sex is a big deal. We say, why is it it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I used to judge most guys. Red Pillow says I used to judge most guys based on how me and my friends are, but a lot of guys are weirdos out there. So just be careful, ladies. Thank you, Red Pillow. David says if you hear this from a woman and can't feel some type of way, then that's wild. Yeah. Crystal saying truth. Andre says, since I'm the youngest here, I'm allowed to get the answer to this. Oh, tell us how old you are so I don't feel like a creep answering. So Andre's question is, what are things to know before having your first sexual encounter? Laughing emoji. No joke. I strongly recommend you watch, if you haven't subscribe, but watch the video Bamboozled. I really poured my heart out and I gave a full-on dissertation about sex and what I really hope kids think about before they have sex. So that's not to say I'm not going to answer it now, but I recommend if you really want to get into it, because I'm not going to go into depth like that here, but watch that video. I really pray a lot of kids watch that video. But understand, Andre, that one, it's not like the movies. It is not like the movies. Lots of things can go wrong. And as a man, especially, a lot of things can go wrong. Hold on one second. Kelly says, but none would come forward if you asked how many were raped by the men. Yeah, we're not that advanced yet in society. Thank you for subbing, sir. So yeah, so a lot of things can go wrong. Things might not last as long as you think they will because you might be just super excited about your first time. You also need to be concerned with the date rape culture, like I talked about. You want to make sure that the girl is totally consenting. You also, I mean, I'm giving you recommendations, but I guess that's what you're asking. Um, Things that you should know. You should know that she's consenting. So you should let the woman take the lead, because she might even say you pressured her if you push it. So as a mom of a 16-year-old, during this time he's 16, I tell him avoid it like the plague. Like, get that thing practically in writing. Aw, I hit the like. How cute. Hit the like button, guys. There should be at least 13 likes in the video. That's so sweet. There's actually 13 right now. That's funny, Sissy. You got that. And what else would I say, Andre? Use protection. My God, use protection. I mean, I know everyone says that, but use protection. There's diseases out there you can't get rid of. Some you can, but use protection. It doesn't matter how corny it feels. Stopping, unwrapping the condom. It could be weird. Or if you have to get one, stopping. You can literally Postmates one. You can go to 7-Eleven and Postmates to get 7-Eleven out there. And obviously, both of you guys should be over the age of 18, so you don't get in legal trouble. What else? I feel like such a mom right now, Mama Yonci. Better think, changing a pamper. Yeah, exactly. Understand that even if you use protection or she claims she's on the pill, you could always make a baby. That is no joke. Oh, he said better than changing a pamper. Yes, exactly. Paying for it. So no matter what the consequences, you don't want to create a baby. That's just duh. So use protection, wait as long as you humanly can. I would say wait until you find someone that you're truly in love with, because that is magical, because then it's making love and it's not just having sex, which can be super. Don't believe everything that your guy friends tell you, because they lie. Guys, men, there's a lot of men in their 40s in this chat. Men, am I lying? That guys will lie and say things that are not true. He said, okay, I'm still scared of being a parent. But is it hard? Being a parent is very challenging. However, you're equipped to do it when you're at a certain age. So just like you wouldn't send a 6-year-old to college and expect them to make it, college is difficult for people who are of age, but they can do it because they have the tools equipped them to do it. So I would just say, wait, don't believe the hype. It's not all that it's chalked up to be, because a lot of people suck at it. I've read in a book. I wouldn't know. I'm a virgin myself. Adopted my 2 kids. During my entire marriage. I'm just kidding. But it's yeah, don't believe what everybody says. It's not as big of a thing as people make it out to seem. And a lot of people become addicted to it, and it doesn't enhance their life in any way. So save it for when it's special. I wouldn't say go as far as marriage, because that's each person's decision. But if you can, awesome. But wait till someone's special. Any other tips you would give this young person here? He is 16. He's asking. I'm assuming Andre is a male's name, so pardon me if I'm mistaking. Make sure it's an experience you can look back on and cherish. Yeah, exactly. Anything else? I think I covered the bases. Use protection, cover yourself. This is huge. Okay, when the time is right, and this is the last one I'll give. You guys are sweet to hang in here, by the way. Don't be afraid, 2-part. Don't be afraid to ask the woman you are with what she likes and doesn't like. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that just because a different partner likes something, the other person likes it. And because of your age, I won't go into detail, but what is good for the goose is not always good for the gander. So always ask. And again, a lot of these things are weird and awkward for children to have to talk about, which is why they shouldn't be having sex. Meaning, if it's weird to talk with your partner or potential partner about, if they're giggly and it's changes the mood, or it's weird because you have to get a condom, or she's embarrassed about saying what she likes or doesn't like, you're probably not ready to have sex. So it's a grown-up thing, and it should be waited upon. And it's magical, I've read, when it's with the. Okay, guys, so I have to get going. I cannot believe that it's an hour, almost an hour and 20 minutes that we have been on. I would stay in chat because clearly I have the gift of gab. But I have to get ready because I have a podcast that tapes today. If you guys are Garage Gang members, which one of you in here is, we are dropping the episode tomorrow, and it is going to be juicy because we're going to be getting into some of the stuff that's been going on Doughboy's page. I've already said too much. We shot an entire episode last week, and a button got knocked during production, and we lost all the audio. So frustrating. It was such a good episode, and that's the one we were going to drop. But we couldn't because there was just no sound. But it may be fun if I did a voiceover and I did all the characters on the episode. Just kidding. But yeah, so we're gonna go do it. I'm gonna go change and try to get fabulous. How should I wear my hair on today's episode? You guys let me know. But I'm gonna go to the garage and record. So I gotta get going for that. It's the New Normal Podcast. The website is it's the new normal podcast.com, and we are on Instagram as it's the new normal. And if you go on my page, you can click in my bio. It has all the links to that, so you guys can see it. We have a lot of fun. We talk about hot topics, anything that's trending in pop culture. We get into that. You change it during the he said I change it during the episode anyway. Well, just like I did here, it gets hot. So it gets hot, I'll move it. Yeah, it's a lot. And I think I talk with my hands a lot, and I do the same thing with my hair. And it's funny because some people make fun of me, but I'm constantly flipping it and touching it. I think it's like it's not a nervous thing, it's like just something that I do. And then fun fact, if I really like a guy, I really start playing with my hair a lot. Like it's incessant. And so some guys pick up on it and they're like, oh, and then I have to like fold my hands because I must be part Italian somewhere because I'm constantly fidgeting and moving. So that's funny. A little inside joke there, you guys. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. We have a lot of fun on our episodes. My co-host from Ear Candy, the show, is on It's the Normal as well. And we have a third partner, a third co-host, who is Doughboy from Wild and Out. And he was formerly on a podcast called Righteous and Ratchet, which a lot of you guys might have heard about that. And he was also formerly with All Deaf Digital. So check it out, you guys. That's it. Andre says, I subbed and liked. All right, young man, you watch that video called Bamboozled or else you're going to your room. Okay. It's been fun, guys. Wish me some love after the fact so I can read in the comments and go, aw. As always, tell someone that you love them. Have a good one.